What is your stance on running in the lobby? Welcome to Royal Court, the show where pop culture royalty compete for a spot on my trusted council. I am your host and queen, Lady Brittany of House Broski, and today I'm joined by a very special guest. Please welcome Lord Cole of House Sprouse.
Oh, thank you.
How was the journey in, Lord Cole?
A bit rainy.
Yes.
A bit rainy, but lovely.
Wish it was more humid outside.
I know. I wanted to glow and glisten when I arrived to the court today.
You do?
Thank you.
Yeah, there's like a sheen about you that's kind of sickly almost.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. It's that whole emo lineage I grew up with. I want people to be like, this guy needs sleep.
Yeah, he needs help.
Yeah, help.
Really,
it's an existential crisis.
It is, always.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, this is gorgeous, and we have a matching fit as well.
Yes.
Looking gorgeous. Are you ready for the trial set before you today?
I'm so ready.
Without further ado, let the trials begin.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, it never gets better.
This
never
is
gets
so
easier.
good. I feel so exposed.
That's kind of the point. Cole,
Yeah.
Dylan is 15 minutes older.
Yeah.
It's a long time to be in there.
Long time for mommy, too.
What the hell were you doing in there?
Just growing stronger.
Every day.
Just growing, just developing, just that extra little touch that matters, you know?
Was it this?
Yeah, it's this. No, this took like 31 years to develop.
Looking great. It's coming
No, I
great.
know. I'm trying this Abe Lincoln thing out.
Obsessed with it. What is your social security number?
I almost gave you the first number, and then I thought, I'm sure someone could probably.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
all you need.
Yeah, that's.
You created your own major at NYU's Gallatin School of Individualized Study. Explain your major and its societal impacts in 10 seconds or less.
Geographical information systems. We take satellite imaging to plot on a 3D landscape. I applied it to archaeology, and so we took pre-existing sites and we pulled all the variables. Got it.
How many digs did you do?
About 5.
Did you find any haunted totems?
I did find a mask.
Really?
That was kind
COVID
of
mask.
an ancient COVID mask. Yeah, no, I found a mask that was pretty cool.
From where?
It was an old Hellenistic theatrical mask of Dionysus.
Did you get to keep it?
Nope.
What is your stance on running in the lobby?
I'm for it personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in a swimsuit.
Yeah, I mean, ripped like that Calvin Klein ad with Jeremy Allen White that's all over Sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just in
except
the
like
lobby.
on like a luggage cart.
Okay. Do you have a favorite form of torture or disease?
I think like quartered is pretty cool.
I agree.
Because then you get to that's kind of the best way to go out if you're a horse girl, if you think about it.
It kind of is.
Because you get like to truly be strapped to 4 horses.
Right.
Which is kind of the dream if you're a horse girl.
It kind of is, and also imagine like the ASMR of
Yeah.
it. Like, oh, I bet that'd feel good at first, and then it's
Yeah, because at first it's actually a bit of chiropractor stuff.
100%.
It's just like you crack all your vertebrae, you release all that tension, and then you're ripped into 4.
Exactly. Do you have a favorite disease?
Disease. Yeah, I think tuberculosis.
Good old TB?
Yeah, it's not as common anymore, which kind of means it's niche.
Indie.
Yeah, it's kind of an indie thing now.
Okay. You recently starred in Diablo Cody's latest film,
I did.
Lisa Frankenstein, as the movie's undead love interest.
Yep.
Now, if you could take any body part from one of your co-stars and sort of fry it onto your body as Cole, who are you picking and why?
Probably anyone with a bigger penis. Would probably. Sorry, my publicist is sitting right over there.
Hi.
I mean, maybe Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's arms. I've never worked with him, but
Yeah, no, we're just kind of spitballing here.
I'm manifesting. But I feel like with his arms on my frame, whatever.
It's, you know that episode of SpongeBob where he has
Yeah,
the
the
inflatable
inflatable arms. That's exactly what I was
Seeing
thinking.
it, I'm seeing it. You got it.
Can't pick up that glass of water, though. That was funny.
Have you ever wished Dylan had eaten you in the womb? Or vice versa?
Yeah, sometimes in my lower moments, when I'm having like a real existential crisis, I go, how much more powerful would Dylan be if he absorbed my spirit?
I think he'd be evil.
Yeah. Probably. Sometimes his mustache twirls a little bit, and I think that's like the world's sign that he's the evil twin.
For sure.
You know?
And the eye patch.
Yeah, the eye patch doesn't help at all.
Now, again, eating him, what condiment would you dip him in? Have you ever thought about that?
Dylan is a big fan of this thing he calls cranch.
Not beating the Caucasian allegations.
No,
ever.
no, not at all. It's just ketchup and ranch, and I said, "Isn't that retchup?" And then he was talking so much about it on social media that they just started, Hidden Valley started sending him ranch.
You're kidding.
So if you guys want to make money, just plug it on social media and they'll send you as much ranch as you need. Which, by the way, not a lot.
Turns out?
Turns out you don't need a lot of ranch.
Hey, I won't speak for everyone.
Yeah,
okay?
he's got a lot in his fridge.
Can you give us a brief overview of Jughead's politics? What kind of chat rooms he would be in?
Oh, I feel like he's a DeviantArt guy.
Big Rule 34 guy.
Yeah, big Rule 34 guy. It's like Jughead the Hedgehog.
Oh,
you know, like that
horrible.
weird Sonic.
Yes.
Yeah, you knew actually.
What, are you
That
like,
was-
concerned?
Yeah, a little bit.
Concerned you actually knew what DeviantArt was to begin
I
with.
used to, I'm not gonna lie, I used to search my name up on DeviantArt
It was
and
me making-
pull all the most foul images.
Of course.
There's a lot.
Sorry.
No, I feel like that's the badge of honor.
It
you
kind of
know?
is.
Yeah.
You've made it.
I've made it if you know, I'm on DeviantArt, lewd.
What's the worst, like, drawing you've seen of yourself?
I get submitted a lot of me like naked and ripped,
Period.
which is cool because I'm not. So I feel like the way the artiste imagined me was like strong and powerful
It's just the vibe you emanate.
and with a huge hog, which
just meat packer.
just real hog, man.
Who did Jughead vote for in the 2020 election?
Okay. Oh man, next question?
Okay. Next question is Jughead vaccinated? We can move on.
No, that's great. Yeah.
Do you find pleasure in shaming others, specifically your fans?
Do I take pleasure in shaming fans? No. I do like to poke fun at the absurdity sometimes.
I do as well.
I think that's part of the joy. Camera duels, that's fun. I used to have, speaking of DeviantArt, I used to have an account that was hacked and the person deleted it. That sucked.
Damn.
But it was just all the best fan art of me.
That's like a really beautiful way to use your platform.
Thank
know?
you. Thank you.
Okay, final question, and not a trick question, just kind of might come up later. What are your thoughts on the Gulf War?
Oh, right. My thoughts on the Gulf War. Why don't we come back to that later?
We'll actually
yeah,
put a
that's
pin in
probably
that.
a good one to put a pin in.
Kind of crazy though, right? The whole thing.
I mean, wild.
Lord Cole, you passed.
Thank you.
Lord Cole, you've pleased me with your answers, but I require more. Now we will have a royal banquet.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, shellfish. Yummy.
Wondered what that smell was. My lord, your microplastics for the day.
Yes.
Now we cannot eat without a libation, of course.
Natural.
Squires!
Oh, animals. You know me so well.
I knew you were visiting unprepared.
My bowels need regulating.
Would you imagine these keep unrefrigerated for 10 years?
Isn't that nuts?
It is crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. After Dylan and I did all the Danimals commercials, I looked up the ingredients. It's the same as Activia,
Really?
which is sold as like a poop regulatory thing.
Yeah.
So mainly this is just to regulate children's poops.
And maybe grown men.
I could
before
crush these.
this. We looked for the Crush Cups. They don't sell them anymore.
I know, yeah.
They don't fucking sell
Yeah,
them.
it's a shame.
Damn.
Yeah, we didn't do our job well enough to keep those on the shelves.
You know what?
Ah, right.
Oh, I do like the sort of white milkiness to it that I didn't
Yeah.
expect. How many of these did you really eat?
A cummy visage.
All right. Cheers for real.
Cheers.
Do you ever miss Tumblr?
No.
Really?
I feel like they kind of shot themselves in the foot when they were like, no sexual content.
I agree.
I was like, because that's what all of us angsty kids were doing on there.
Yeah, we're doing
Right?
dating art. We were doing porn.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the life cycle of social media apps just kind of, it's like it starts kind of cool and niche, and then it gets like really popular, and then they do something that changes what it is, and then you're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I've returned to Tumblr. I was peaked.
I bet you it's cool now.
Yeah, well, you would
Okay,
think.
maybe
There's no hole.
Yeah, there's
They got rid of the
no more
hole.
holes.
There's no meat or holes.
No, I know, which is such a shame.
It is. I was a big fan of you on Tumblr.
Really?
Followed that account for a long, long time.
That was my cringy stream of consciousness Tumblr.
Yeah, I loved it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, direct audience right here. Target audience.
Perfect.
Your brother founded a meadery.
He did. Yeah, this is very on brand.
First of all, I hope every patron of the meadery gets a free fedora.
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of tip at the door. Milady.
Milady.
And secondly, what sort of folksy, artisanal lifestyle brand would you bring to my town square?
Yeah, pickles.
Picklery?
Just picklery. When I hit 30, I started pickling.
That's not a joke.
That's not a joke.
You like fried, not fried, pickled okra.
I love pickled anything. I love pickled okra. Actually, speaking to a Caucasian audience here, my favorite thing to pickle is I hard boil eggs,
Oh, dude.
and then I pickle them with beets.
Do you have it in a sort of subterranean, like, basement that you like?
No, I actually really like the colors, so I leave them on the shelves.
What is one artistic discipline you wish you were adept at?
I think I wish I was good at painting. I'm really bad. I like,
Yeah.
I like drawing, painting. Also, Dylan's really good at painting, and twins do this thing when they're kids where it's like, that's my thing. So I wasn't allowed to paint.
Oh, do you have any, you write, I'm assuming.
I used to. I don't know if I have the attention span for it.
TikTok.
Yeah,
Trotted you.
we've gotten worse over time, all of us.
All right, Cole, I feel like we've been sitting here long enough. You know my spirit, you know my heart.
Yeah, all right.
Want to run something by you,
All
let's
right.
say hypothetically speaking.
Okay.
Let's say hypothetically, pitch deck, okay? There is a script floating out there that is based around the Gulf War, okay? Let's say this was written with, I don't know, someone like Cole Sprouse in mind, and let's say I'm the
see.
leading lady, okay? Just for shits and gigs. Now you leave for war, okay?
Right.
You come back changed. Because who wouldn't?
Naturally.
Right? So let's say actually that this is a real, and I'm being very earnest when I say this, a fan fiction I wrote about you when I was 19.
Are you fucking serious?
Wish I was joking. I'm actually 19, by the way, way too fucking old. We have taken the liberty of highlighting some notables. I actually did. Hey, by the way.
Why'd you highlight these specific portions?
Because they're the most important. They're really establishing. Think of like an establishing shot. So I actually do want to go ahead and also give the qualifier that you can read it at a separate time. You don't have to read it right. It's kind of well written, right?
Honestly, you have a really strong voice.
Forehead. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Okay, I actually do need to tell you, this was when you had the Tumblr, right? There were those edits of you that went around. Stay with me here, walk with me.
Yeah.
Of you as Milo from Atlantis.
Oh, yeah, I had that costume.
I was, I think, the horniest I've ever been in my life at the age of 19 for that specifically.
And you just immediately brought that into this?
Pen to paper. Artistic inspiration. Reaction really, really not making me feel great.
Whoa,
Paragraph.
this is great, man. I'm fucking horny.
It's very well. Can we turn the AC down a little bit? Just a little more. It gets better, by the way. We can actually print that, the full thing. You can keep it.
If you could sign it for me too, that would be incredible.
I can definitely do that. We'll get that for you. And I really brought you here to, first of all, show you the art. Second of all, apologize. I am sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Don't ever apologize for that.
Well, you passed. Cole, I require every member of my council to create a family crest. Seeing as you don't have one, I will have you make it so I can own it, because it's the IP of this show.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever you
Do I
want.
draw?
Yeah, you draw.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
And then I'm gonna, guess what? Ask more questions. Where do you find the balance between irony in your life and earnestness?
Somewhere in between narcissism and severe self-loathing.
Very, very biblically accurate.
Yeah.
Is there a sort of mutual self-creation that you've experienced through a lot of your adolescence with all the different characters you've played with, both Cole and the character, where you're finding key elements of the character and also within yourself. And how do you separate them?
Of myself against the characters? I don't really have good disposal rituals. I feel like I take a lot of...
You don't know how to throw them away.
I don't. But I feel like the writing helps. If the writing's good, it does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. And, if it's not, then you gotta make up a lot of it.
Yeah.
Or at least bring a lot of it in. I don't know. I think it depends on also how collaborative you're allowed to be in the creative process. I feel like when you're acting, you can be let in a lot to the collaboration, which is really empowering, or, sometimes you're doing that money gig, and sometimes it's not as collaborative.
Can we get the Danimals cup back?
Yeah. Well, I did Danimals for the art.
Absolutely.
Because I think it was such a collaborative and healthy process.
We were talking earlier about how the Crush Cup, y'all were just like killing the directors on the set.
Yeah.
What if I just
murder this guy?
If you could have chosen a different career to have as a child, what would you have chose?
Oh man, that's a good question. I probably would have ended up in photography, or maybe dance.
Oh, self-expression of any cringe.
Just dance.
Have you ever wanted to write a movie for yourself? Or do you prefer the collaborative process of bringing someone else's vision to life?
I think so. I think when I get angsty, I think I'll be like, I could just make this myself, but I'm really not a writer. I don't have the attention span. I think I would need someone to help me out. Dylan's quite good, actually. I feel like he got all the attention span.
Are you medicated?
I was.
The old me, I killed him.
No, that's the old me, dude.
I actually want you to walk me through, because I know you've talked about this at length, but I need to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, of
What
course.
the fuck were you doing on Tumblr?
What the fuck was I doing there?
Yes.
I actually, funny enough, I started it in a photography class because I needed to have a blog to show the work, the
Like a portfolio?
Yeah, the
Okay.
professor was like, hey, you need to update this. It was actually kind of a cool thing to recommend to someone. It's like, hey, you need to be able to put your stuff out publicly and receive criticism or attention or whatever it is from it. So that's what I was doing on there, and then I just kind of got swept up in the attention.
Because it was fans of you from a while ago who were like, oh, he's hot now.
Yeah, I guess. But I think I just kind of liked that it was a stream of consciousness thing. When it started, I didn't really realize how many people were looking at it. And then it got so much attention that I was like, okay. I got a really twisted relationship to social media. I'll do it until it doesn't suit me. And then when it doesn't suit me, I'll just burn it to the ground.
Love it.
And that's what I did.
Hey, as we grow, we die, right?
Well said.
Thank you guys, seriously. What obstacle in your career are you proudest of overcoming?
I was told not to go to college.
Really?
By a lot of people. I think the idea, especially in entertainment, there's this kind of myth that you must strike when the iron is hot all the time.
I'm sitting on the toilet. I fart very loudly. And wetly. Okay? Wetly. I'm in the bathroom at a party. They don't have Charmin. They have single-ply toilet paper. I didn't know these people were fucking poor. I have a reputation for being so horny online that it's starting to scare people. And if that's the case, sorry. Okay? You guys know the fucking solution. You know how to fix this. Someone has to step up and take one for the team. Someone has to be my Call of Duty cosplayer boyfriend. Someone has to take one for the team. Just get it over with and I'll move on. To exist is to be humiliated. To exist is to be embarrassed. And if you can get over that hump, you can do anything. Free me from cringe so that I may be. Okay? I'm horny online. One thing about me, I will be horny online. And I am. And I'm horny in real life too. And so I go to these festivals and I'm just, I could hump a pillow. I could hump the corner of a counter, dude. It's just terrible. It is just god awful. I'm sitting in this chair. I come before you horny. Greatest honor and privilege to be able to objectify men with my platform. I From the moment I wake in the morning to when I fall asleep at night, I'm objectifying men, and it feels fucking good. When you've been objectified your whole life, when your entire existence as a woman has been reduced down to tits and ass, being a hole, oh, I'll do that to men. I'll do that to men, no fucking question. And it's fun. Because guess what? They like it. They like it. Y'all are some whores. I took her to my penthouse and I jerked it. Oh, there's a band of masked men. Guess what? I'm freaking it. I took her to my penthouse and I just freaked it by myself. A band of masked men. They're British. I took her to my penthouse and I jerked it. That's how I feel. What the fuck are we talking about? I just get really I'm in disbelief some of the bullshit I say. I have to take a moment and be like, what the fuck? You don't have to say that shit. Stop. Me pulling on my own arm, like, stop. This isn't you. Look at me. And I'm like, I took her to my penthouse and I freaked it. You already know what the fuck I'm about to talk about. And if you're over it, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. It's my podcast. Call of Duty cosplayers. Call of Duty cosplayers. Thing about men, don't try to be funny. Don't try to be funny. I'll do that. Leave the jokes to me. You just stand there and be hot. Okay? You don't need to do anything else. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. I'll do the fun. I'll do the jokes. Please. Please. For the love of God, just stand there. I see one single man in a masked costume this year for Halloween. Run. Run. If I see you in a mask with that slutty little run. I'm only going to say it once. You have one warning. Even notice that. Why don't you love me? Why don't you need me? I got beauty. I got heart. Keep my head in the books. I'm sharp, but you don't care to know I'm smart. Beyonce! 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 Trust. Together we do whatever it takes. We're in this back. Before you speak, think. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Every woman in a relationship should print out this image and like put it on the fucking wall like we're in a kindergarten classroom to remind every man, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring, necessary, and kind? If the answer is no, you don't have to say it. You don't have to say it. I'm going to